Hello everyone. I won another eBay auction. I am just a impulsive buyer who's not very good with money. Anyway, I was bidding in an auction because I needed a backup camera that I could take with me on the go, because all of the cameras that I currently have are being used for stationary shooting. So yeah, I wanted to have a camera that I could have just sitting ready to go if I needed to shoot something either outside or travel or something like that. And I picked this up. I ended up winning it for, I think, 60 bucks. 60 or 50, don't quote me on that. Something like that. Let's open it up and see what it is. The eBay listing just showed it, the actual just camera itself. But apparently it came in this nice little travel case. So that means that I don't have to buy one. So thank you, eBay seller, for including this. It says Low Pro. Low Pro. I'm not familiar with that. Format 110. Again, I don't know what that is. Format 110. That sounds like a film format for like film cameras that use like physical analog film. Does not come with the doesn't come with the little shoulder strap, but that's okay. I can get one of those. But it comes with a case, which is pretty cool. So let's see. It has a top little compartment. Anything in here? Oh, it's a silica gel packet for making sure things don't get too moist. That's good to have. I'm pretty sure this is just for carrying like spare SD cards. So yeah, don't want no moisture in there, that's for sure. Alright, nothing in there, that's okay. Let's get to the main event. This is so fun. It's like a mystery box. It's like a loot crate. Ooh. Alright. Up here we have more SD card storage, I assume, for SD cards or maybe a charger or something? Maybe batteries? I'm not sure. Anyway, we have the camera itself. I don't know if it should be a surprise what this camera is. Probably not. I'll just go ahead and tell you what it is. So this is the Canon HF R500. Now, I don't know if I ever actually did a dedicated video, but the camera that actually, this camera right here that I'm pointing at, that you are watching this video on, the camera that's shooting this video that I'm talking into right now, is the HF R800. So this is the R500. The R800, the bigger brother, is actually what I'm using to shoot this video currently. It's my primary video shooter. I alternate between that one and this guy right here, the Sony RX100 Mark III. Between these two, I typically am pretty good on video coverage. I have not used this one as much lately, just because I took it to California and it's just been acting up a little bit. I don't know why, but it's having a problem with the recording, and a lot of the files keep getting corrupted. So I needed something to replace this as my portable shooter. I might try and fix it or see if I can get a replacement or something, but for the time being, this is not what I will be using for now. I'm just going to see if I can fix it or diagnose what the problem is. But yeah, this is historically what I've been using for a while. The picture quality on this thing is good. The quality on the R800 that you're looking at right now, I think, is also pretty good. But one of the main advantages of the R800 is that it's a camcorder, and so is the R500. These are camcorders. So these are actually, even though the picture quality isn't as sharp as the Sony, they can actually record continuous video. So I don't actually have to cut every now and then for the files. So with that Sony camera I just showed you, it would only record about 10 minutes worth of video, then it would have to cut and then start a new file. And you would actually, if you didn't time it properly, you'd actually lose like 10 seconds worth of video and audio. So it kind of makes oh, it turns on. I'm not ready for you yet. So it can be kind of jarring when you're not ready for it. So like in some of my older videos, that if you hear me talking, you might be able to tell if I'm talking and showing something on the camera, and you see this really bizarre cut out of nowhere, and it like cuts me off and cuts back. That's probably when I was recording with the Sony, and it hit the max file size and had to start over again. So that's probably why that happened. But with this and with the HF R500, these two are camcorders, so we don't run into that problem. They can shoot continuously, which is going to make editing a lot easier. So let's, I guess it already shows that it turns on, so I guess this battery is pretty full. Let's see. Oh yeah, it does not come with a memory card. Memory card is right here on the slot. The build quality actually, just based on, this is a mini HDMI, is that mini USB-B? I'm not sure what USB connector that is. SD card, power on, play button. Actually, the build quality is exactly the same as the HF R500. I would not be shocked if these were built on the same body. Actually, let me see here on the front. Yeah, so the HF R500 and this one both have 57x zoom. They both have that. In terms of the finish, this is glossy plastic. The HF R500 is a little bit more matte plastic. So I don't really know what the distinction is here. But in terms of, they both have 32x optical zoom on the side. I'm just looking at the R500 right now as I'm recording. They both have the record button right here on the side. They both have the batteries inserted the same way. They're basically the same camera. I was actually not really able to find a whole lot of differences between the two of these. I think it comes down more to build quality than any actual difference. And I think, oh yeah, check this out. It actually has a, oh, yeah, it has a front-facing screen just like the R500. So it needs a memory card. I will insert one eventually. So we have our home menu. But yeah, I think they're basically the same camera. They both record 1080p video. I think the R500 has a few more options. I think you can select between a few different frame rates or a few other resolutions that aren't available on this particular one, the R500. But I believe the main thing is that they can both do 1080p 60, which is what I need. So if we look here, we are currently on MP4 30 frames. Let's see if we can fix that. So we go to home menu, where we have shooting mode. It's a touch screen, just like the R500. It's a touch screen for you to navigate. That's very convenient, very easy. Check that out. Yeah, how about that? So recording setup, movie format, MP4, video quality. So yeah, you can do your, this is your bit rate. So we have 4 megabits, 16, 24 for high quality, and then here we go, 35 megabits for 60 frames recording. Highest quality recorded at 60 frames. Dual recording, decoration, cinema look filters are not available. So I'd probably leave that on 24. Actually, I don't know. Do I do 60 frames? This is standard HD, so this is going to be a 16:9 format. I actually might leave it at 17. The reason is all of my SD cards are 32 gig, so I really don't have a ton of space available to me, so I probably will just leave that at 17 for now. So that might limit us to 30 frames, but it's full HD, so that should be 1080p. It doesn't give us the the rate. It doesn't say 1080p or 720p. It just says like full HD versus not. So that's annoying. Photo mode. We have photo here. I have to look at the camera and then look at the R800 recording to make sure everything's in the shot. So we have photo mode. Hello? I think it's just because it doesn't have an SD card in it. It's not very responsive. So here we have a couple of setups we can do. We can do faders, decorations, video snapshots, audio scenes. I'm not sure what any of these really are. Oh, check this out. I didn't know you could do this. You can actually like draw with your finger and oh, that's cool. And you can add like animations and stuff. That's pretty cool. I never thought you could do that. I never knew you could do that. Huh. That's pretty cool. So like if I wanted to do that, what's this one do? That is so neat. I'll have to play around with this a little bit more, but like that's pretty creative. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to play with that. You can set your date and time. What's this? Select image. I guess that's a viewer. Pause on-screen images. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty cool. I didn't know you could do that. I'm not sure if you can do that with the R800 as well, but we'll have to see. So yeah, but basically, guys, what this was. Hold on, I'm done with this. So what this was is the reason I bought this camera is that it's supposed to basically be an alternate shooter camera for me for on the go when I'm outside of the house or I need to shoot something, like I said, maybe outside or just be a little bit more mobile because I want to leave my R800 on the tripod and the Sony one is out of commission for the time being. This will be a nice backup camera. In terms of quality, you should expect, so like what you're seeing on this video currently, this is the R800. That is the same quality that you should expect from this. It should basically be the exact same thing. By the time I have to get this all set up and make sure it's calibrated and make sure all my settings are inputted on here, get everything set up, put an SD card in it, but you should be seeing the exact same quality. It's just going to be a backup camera, but the quality should be the same, at least relatively speaking. I gotta say, compared to the two, the R800, which has a more matte plastic, I gotta say I like the gloss on this one a little bit more. Yeah, the glossy finish feels a lot better. It comes with a battery. It came with this battery on the attached to it already. I took it off. It detaches in the same way. This little clip right here. You just pull that back. Hold on. You pull that back, and the battery just slides off. So it's pretty easy, pretty simple stuff. You got your record button right there. Access and power charging LED indicators right there. Standard stuff. Oh, same charging port. I actually have an external power supply that I use with this camera. So I actually don't need to power it via batteries. I can plug it into the wall. And I bought one for the R800, but this is the same exact plug. So that power supply should work for the R500 as well, which is really, really sweet. I like that all of the parts that I buy can work in between the two cameras. That's the benefit of having not the same camera, but for all intents and purposes, the same camera, just a duplicate. So that's one battery, but we still have a whole bag to look through. Let's see what other goodies did we get in here other than a camera. We got this. What is this? An AC adapter that goes into that same plug on the side here. So would this function as an external power supply? Maybe. The problem is that compared to my external power supply, This is, so let's see. This is a 6-foot cable. I think mine is like 15 feet or maybe 10 feet. So this is not as big, but it looks pretty standard. Just here. Comes out into an AC adapter. One thing that's nice is it's actual Canon AC adapter. So it's a first party AC adapter, which is nice. I guess it's good that it's from the original manufacturer, made by Canon. I guess is nice. What else do we have in here? We have this. What is this? This is, oh, a USB cable. Also Canon first party cable. And I guess this is for, no. Is it? I thought it did that. I thought that was that. Is it? I could be wrong. Well, it fits. It fits, and it, yeah, that feels good. I guess that's it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. I mean, it's the Canon brand, so I'm inclined to think that if it's labeled Canon, then it goes with the camera. So, sure, I guess. Ooh, another free battery. That's awesome. These aren't that expensive, but between this camera and my R800, that means I now have 3 batteries. So if I have to, you know, shoot somewhere, that's nice. And it has a battery cover. How nice. And is this first party? It is. So this is the original. Yeah, it's an actual authentic Canon battery. These both are. So that's great. So I don't have to go buy, you know, third-party batteries off something like eBay. I have all of the originals here and ready to go. And then this last thing, it's in some Velcro. What is this? Oh, it's an HDMI cable. So this is mini HDMI to full-size HDMI. I believe this is for, like, if you wanted to stream your camera to a television, you could do that with this. One thing I'm kind of interested in is, I think you could do this. Don't quote me on it. I might test it one day. I don't have plans to do it right now. But if you plugged this into a capture card, I'm wondering if you could capture the camcorder's video feed and use it as like a Twitch live streaming webcam. I'm kind of curious. I don't know what the quality would be compared to like a webcam, like a standard Logitech webcam. I don't know if you would see any kind of performance increase. I don't know if the picture would look better, but that's an interesting idea, certainly. So I'm sure there's a way to do that. I'm wondering if that's how it works. You go from the HDMI cable into the capture card, and the capture card captures the camera feed, and then you could just put that into a live stream scene in OBS. I feel like that's right, but again, I'm not positive. So yeah, that's basically everything that came in the box, and I did kind of my little overview of the camera here. So what I'm going to do now is I need to get all the settings put in here and throw an SD card in it. But what I want to do is, after I get that all set up, I want to do some video tests so that you guys can see how the HF R500 looks in terms of video quality, and you can tell me what you think. So yeah, let's. I'm gonna cut now, and I'll be back. This thing will be ready, and you'll get to see it in action. So this is an example of me testing out the camera with the sun directly in my face. It's very hard to open my eyes right now, but this is a test in direct sunlight. I think it actually looks pretty good. You do need to get the lighting right for this camera. The low light conditions are not awesome, so be sure to make sure that that's taken care of. Let me see if I can get a few more shots with the sunlight, correct. Okay, now I'm sitting out of the sun, and this is a more low light condition, so you're probably going to see more distortion, more noise in the video, just because the lighting is not great. But I still think that the video performance is pretty good. Remember, we're shooting at 1080p 30, so that's the resolution that we're going for, and the level of detail that's being picked up on the video. So far, I think is actually pretty good. The one thing, like I said, that this thing really struggles with is a low light performance, but for shooting some YouTube videos, typically, I personally, and most people who are going to use this, are probably going to make sure that the light is controlled much better. So hopefully that's not going to be as big of a concern, but that is one weakness of the camera, and it is a budget camera. A lot of budget cameras do struggle with low light performance, so that is one thing to keep in mind. Okay, and this is probably the last test that I wanted to do. This one is just me inside the room, indoors with no lights on. So this is probably going to be one of the worst conditions there is. So we're talking about zero light. There might be a tiny bit coming in from one of the windows, but other than that, it is pretty dark in here. So this is going to be like the maximum amount of distortion and noise that you're going to see in the video. It should look pretty grainy. I'm looking right now, as I'm filming this, I'm looking directly into the viewfinder, so I can kind of see how it looks. It looks pretty rough for low light video, which again, that is one of the concessions you have to make with this thing. If you get a $1,000 Sony a7S III, it's not an issue, but for a $70 camcorder, that is just a trade-off that you have to make. It's just how it is when it comes to hardware quality. But looking at it through the viewfinder, the screen is pretty small, so it's kind of hard to notice all of the detail going on. It's really going to be more noticeable when I look at it on a monitor when I'm editing this video, but you can definitely tell the change in quality that comes with different lighting. But like I said, if you're making YouTube videos and if you're vlogging outdoors or indoors, typically you're going to make sure that the light is not an issue and that you got your lighting properly done. But yeah, this is just a general idea of what you can expect for some video performance to give kind of a baseline, because I mean, this is a very small, handy, portable camera, so I think that if you wanted to use this for vlog-style content and maybe like product reviews, I think it's going to be great for that, as long as, like I said, this is the big thing, make sure you can control the lighting to minimize that distortion and minimize the grain in the video. But yeah, that's going to do it for the video tests. Overall, very happy with this camera. I think it's pretty solid. But let me know what you think, because this is really the purpose of this video, is to show you guys what this camera is capable of. And I posed the question, is this a camera that you can use for YouTube videos? You guys tell me. Tell me what you think. Do you think that this is adequate? Leave a comment down below. But I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.